So Lil Tecca has been, no question, the most consistent out of the SoundCloud era, constantly feeding his fans, staying out of drama, and proving to a lot of hip-hop fans that he can still drop absolute hits, with them recently dropping 2 songs, that being Dark Thoughts and Awa Awa, which are breaking records for Tecca. And since blowing up in 2019 with Ransom, Tecca is still only getting bigger and bigger. So in this video, let's take a look at Lil Tecca's insane growth and see what's next for Tecca in terms of his career and his next album, Dopamine. And now Tecca did first blow up as the nerdy kid who basically came out of nowhere with the song Ransom, which is still his biggest song to this day. And also a lot of Tecca's peers in the era that he actually did blow up in, which was the late SoundCloud era or internet money era, having lived up to the expectations like Tecca, bro. And it's so crazy because Tecca at one point was called a one-hit wonder, but he actually did manage to prove a lot of people wrong, and that would be with his album We Love You Tecca 1. Now, one thing that I do love about this album is it had no features. And yeah, basically Tecca did beat the industry plant allegations, and it also did prove that Tecca can have a successful album without any features. And also a lot of these songs on this album did match the same vibe and sound as Ransom, which obviously was that melodic slow trap songs, which also did lead this album to being still to this day Tecca's most successful album, and also is his debut album as well. And yeah, this album was a absolute banger, bro. Definitely middle school and nostalgia for sure. And the next few years, as the melodic trap internet money sound was taking over with artists like Mosey, Ian Dior, Tecca would keep dropping consistent albums like Virgo World, We Love You Tecca 2, and he also wasn't mysterious and ghosting his fans like a lot of rappers in that time period. Cough cough Cardi. And even the years that Tecca wouldn't drop an album, he'd still be feeding his fans, dropping singles, previewing unreleased music. That is why to this day, bro still has such a diehard fan base. And so yeah, even these past 2 years with Tekk and Plan A, Tecca has proved that he can still and remain relevant. And also one thing that I actually do like about Tecca is that he hasn't completely changed his sound as the years have progressed, but the type of beats that he actually has rapped on has slowly evolved as music and hip-hop as a whole has evolved as well. Like on We Love You Tecca 1 was more slow trap kind of melodic beats, right? But then fast forward to Plan A, for example, it was on some more upbeat type of almost rage glow kind of beats, I do want to say. And now in the present day 2025, Tecca has so far this year dropped 2 singles, Dark Thoughts, which is already and surpassed 160 million streams, bro. So yeah, this song did more than a lot of Cardi songs on iMusic, which yeah, if you guys don't know, Cardi's album iMusic, which is probably the most hyped up album this past 5 years, Tecca single Dark Thoughts did drop on the same day. And yeah, Cardi did have basically all of the hype on this day, right? No one gave a fuck about Tecca besides Tecca's die-hard fan base, right? But yeah, basically Tecca's song Dark Thoughts outstreamed most of these songs on iMusic besides Evil Jordan and Rather Lie, which is fucking absurd. And he also did drop it before the summer, and honestly Tecca's music is the best music to vibe to during the summer. Bro, there is no competition for real. And this new song Awa Awa, if I'm saying that right, Tecca's Awa Awa on his first day did stream 2.2 million times on Spotify, which is also the biggest debut of his career and the biggest out of any rap song in over 2 months since Cardi's iMusic. So that is kind of crazy, bro. And now a lot of people are calling this a Tecca comeback, but honestly Tecca has always been here, but Tecca hasn't fallen off. He's always been around, right? And I feel like only now people are starting to take notice of Tecca, just because most of the artists in Tecca's era just aren't around and just fell off, right? With Dark Thoughts and Owa Owa going crazy, bro. Is it Owa Owa Ow, ow, I don't fucking know. It's about damn time that Tecca is about to take over the summer, no doubt about it. And also he has been teasing that his next album Dopamine is going to be dropping soon, which I honestly think might be his biggest album ever, just based off of how much hype Tecca has as of now. And yeah, this album has been teased since March of this year, after Tecca did tease it on his story. And also in the comments of the Awa Awa post, his manager did even confirm that Dopamine is going to be dropping next. And so So yeah, no more singles for Tecca's album rollout, thankfully, bruh. And also on June 23rd, Tecca is going on tour in, I believe, Europe. So yeah, I can only imagine that the album is gonna be dropping these next few weeks. But also, I feel like that is kind of soon. But yo, I've said this so many times, bro. Tecca has to drop his album peak summer, bro. Not like Tekk, where Tecca drops it late fall and bro calls it a summer album. No. Comment down below, what do you guys want to see for Tecca in terms of, like, I don't know, feature songs and all that shit. And for more Tecca news updates, man, make sure to like and sub. Road to 20k. Love y'all. It's been M Chan. We out.